Hello, hello, hello. What's up this one? This is a new video. Hi, my name is Dan, and I hope you're here to have a great time. So, good omens. These two idiots have consumed my ever-living thought ever since I watched this new season. First of all, this is a personal message to Nate Gaiman. How dare you? You're evil. Michael Levy too. You're just evil. You're evil with your stupidly heartbreaking facial expressions, especially you, Michael. You are especially evil. How dare you? How dare you? How do you know that you all have managed to destroy my heart? Also, side note before we begin, I will be storing Crowley in the little box of people I want to steal their gender from. Yes, just that. Now let's actually get into the season. I liked it. Despite everything, I liked. I enjoyed it. So before we get to the meat of it all and discuss the ending, I want to go through a couple things that I really, really like about this season. First of all, obviously, Muriel. I will die for Muriel. I will die and kill for them. I love them. They are everything for me, and yes, they are adorable. Yes. Also, hello, 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 has become one of my favorite teams. Also, this season looks so pretty, like very livid, you know, very colorful. I really really enjoy that. Also, I really enjoy how in love and how domestic Crowley and Aziraphales were this season. Like, my God, the way the way the way Aziraphales look at Crowley this season, Jesus Christ, it was beautiful. Like, yes, love them. It's just like seeing them together like constantly. I know like the whole show they've been like a team, but they form like more comfortable, even more comfortable with each other than the previous season. Like with the rest of everyone seeing them like a team for now on. I really like that. It was really enjoyable. As you know, for taking the Bentley and then Crowley movies, like being comfortable in the bush. I don't know. I love them so much. Also like seeing Crowley as like Angel Crowley, let's say. They made a lot of I think they made a lot more emphasis in Crowley's previous angelicality in this season. But I will get to that later. Also I surprisingly really like Gabriel and Beelzebub. I would have never imagined that, never in my dreams. But I really like them. Yes, it was very fun and cute. I never thought I would have say that. I still can't believe that actually happened, but I'm grateful for it. I don't mind it. I also really like all the gentle touches between Aziraphale and Crowley. They were yes, they are the bane of my existence, but I love them. Something else I really like about this season is just how queer it was. Like you have Nina and Maggie for in one side, and there's so many non-bio characters like Beelzebub uses they pronouns, Mueller uses they pronouns. Crowley saying that he's not really allowed either. That scene lives rent free in my head all the time. Do it use? I love it so much. I love you, David Tennant. Thank you. You're a gift to humanity. Thank you. But yes, that scene is so beautiful. And then you also have the magician's spouse. It's so beautiful. Also, of course, Aziraphale and Crowley, obviously too. But I don't know. I just really love that. Also, so casual. It's still so. Yes. But honestly, the that yeah. I love this. Crowley saying that was. I love that. I haven't stopped. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it ever since. Yes. Something I also really like was watching Crowley slowly realize he's in love with Aziraphale. Because the whole season we see Aziraphale, he's just looking at Crowley like he is just the sunshine. He's the sun. And I think that maybe Aziraphale might have been trying to. I feel like more flirting the entire season, but especially in two seasons, the French restaurant one, which I also we talk about with Crowley. which is beautiful by the way. It's my favorite scene in the entire show. I love it so much. It shows how in love they are with each other. And also the dance. Like, I think if the whole thing with the demons wouldn't hadn't happened, I think Aziraphales might have like do something, advance something a little bit. I don't know. It felt like cautious planning. And hope we don't dance, we do now. How he grabs it and takes him to the dance floor. Yes, I love them so much. But talking about Crowley, first you have the scene where Nina asks him, "How long have you and Aziraphales been together?" And after that, he's at the French restaurant and he buys, he's drinking wine and he buys a syrup. And I think that's feel like when he starts with this. Oh, oh shit. I don't know. Also, I just love how the whole the entire episode before that, he was just following a syrup around like a puppy. I love him so much. He's so stupidly in love. It's annoying, but I love him. It's stupid how in love they are with each other. And it's just Chloe looks so in love. And Smitten, I believe you. Sincerely, that they make me go insane, but in a nice way. And then of course we have Maggie and Lina talking to him, and that's like I think that's like the straw that broke the camel's back, saying in a way like that's the that was the last straw. That's when he fully realized and accepted that he is in love with Aziraphale. I just thought I just love seeing that too. I love that. One thing I will say about this season is that it did feel a bit more like loose for saying something. Like first season was like really okay. We have to Armageddon is coming. We have to stop it. And this season feel like more. I don't know. Yes, I don't know if loose. I don't know how else to say it. Like, like I don't know. But I really like, and I know it's like Neil has said that it's more like a bridge season for the third season. So yeah, I'll accept that. So now that we've discussed everything, not everything, like more simple stuff for the season, let's get to it, shall we? Let's get there. That ending, those last minutes of the season. First of all, I will get this out. I liked the ending. I think it was a good ending, and it made sense. Is it heartbreaking and soul shattering? Yes, definitely. But it doesn't mean it's bad. I like that. I like that not everything is always perfect and sunny and sunshine. You know, I know people. A lot of people were angry because of that, and like yeah, it makes sense. Like I'm also just emotionally destroyed because they are not together, and they are my everything, and I love them. But you know, I think it's good. Like not everything has to be perfect all the time. I like it when shows have like a little bit of emotional things. You know, it's fun. It's entertaining. As I said, not everything has to be always happy. And I trust Neil. What happened there? What happened? I've seen the theories. I don't like all of them. Like I think like the whole coffee thing and the body swap theories. I don't think they're it. Like I don't like them. They don't really make much sense to be honest for me. I'm not saying they're bad. I don't know, but like I personally do not like it and don't believe in it. I also saw the whole theory about the Metatron changing the Book of Life. I don't know. It will certainly be an it is interesting and it will be really interesting, but I don't know. I'm not entirely sure of it, and I think a lot of the things that the whole dog thing said were a bit yeah a bit weird nitpicky. Like, I'm not sure if they're necessarily bad writing or nonsense things. Like the whole I think they mentioned like oh the Halo came out of nowhere. The previous season, they stopped on my head because they get to tell Satan, "You're not my dad." I don't think it's a lot of place, to be honest. But it would certainly be interesting. Like it would. I don't know if I'm not really sure if they will do it, but it would be interesting. The Metatron is definitely up to something. Like he's weird. The look he gives Crowley when he lives with Aziraphale at the first time, really shady. I just noticed this the second time I was rewatching it. He gives Crowley a very weird look. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do about it yet. Yeah, the Metaton is definitely also talking, and he was definitely manipulating Aziraphale. I don't think he was like Aziraphel's decision to go to heaven was completely manipulated, but he was being manipulated. Like for example, the first thing that I noticed right away was like how the Metaton first tells him, "Okay, I'll give you some time to think. Take all the time you want to think, whatever, right?" And then once Crowley instead of a fight and Crowley leaves and the whole thing happens, he's like, okay, ready to go. How did he take it? Ready to start? And he's like, wait, no, I said, I never said I. Come, wait a second, I can't. He's like, he wants. I feel like at the moment he wants to say, wait, no, I'm not sure if I want to leave. But he, like, I don't know. And then he says, do you want to take it from the bookshop, blah, blah, blah. But, like, he's manipulating him. I think that's, like, a fact. But yes, first of all, Aziraphale was being manipulated, yes. But at the same time, it was his conscious choice to go to heaven. So, let's get to the facts. So, first, Aziraphale, I don't think it's going to say that Aziraphale rejected Crowley. Like, I think is like both kind of rejected each other. I think the problem is like Nina and Maggie said, they don't actually talk to each other because they both make the same point. Let's live together. Let's be together. They wanted to do that in different things. Like they wanted to get to the same end goal, like be together, but they didn't want to follow the same path. Crowley wants to leave, wants to get away from everything, just like Gabriel and Beelzebub did. He says himself, if they could do it, so could we. He mentions that they could live the Gabriel and Beelzebub could live to Alpha Centauri, the place he tells Aziraphale about in season 1. And you can see that they both want this because when Gabriel and Beelzebub say, oh, I found something that mattered to me than choosing size and all that. Like, Aziraphale like Joe Dodge is clearly like, wait, did you hear that? And I never finished that point. But what I was trying to say is like, Aziraphale wants to go away with Crowley too, and he makes it clear. It's just he's going away, is going to heaven. You know, like for example, I think as I mentioned, when Crowley when I said beautiful and Gabriel mentioned finding something that's more emotions inside, and he just like reaches out to Crowley like, did you hear that? And then Crowley mentions going to a Centauri, and he looks at him with all the love in the world, and doesn't when the Metatron offers him going to heaven, he doesn't really want to go until the Metatron offers you can be with Crowley then there. If you finish this season and thinking that Aziraphale doesn't love Crowley or doesn't want to go away with him, you're just wrong and you didn't understand the show. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. They love each other and they want to go away together, okay? And of course, we know a big problem with the relationship is that they don't actually talk to each other, and we see this a lot with how they resolve their problems. Like whenever they fight, they don't actually talk about what happened afterwards. They just guess, okay, whatever. Let's apologize and move on. For example, season 1 when they fight in I think it was like a Zivo. I don't actually know what it's called. Um, Later, Crowley's like, okay, Angel, I've apologize for anything I say. Come on, let's go. And so it's like, I forgive you. And they don't actually talk about what either of them said and what they supposedly did wrong. And then also with Gabriel, they actually say, Crowley only apologizes not because he thinks, oh, maybe Aziraphale was right, but because he realizes Aziraphel's a problem. And he doesn't actually can do that alone because he needs help, you know? Also, they don't tell each other a lot of things. For example, Crowley never mentions that he saw Gabriel's file and he knows why why the whole thing with Gabriel happened. And I think that also, let's going into the keys and the whole scene. I think the keys and the I forgive you are each of them's last resort. For both of them, it's like a plea for the other to stay, or like not to per se stay, but like stay with them. Like Crowley kisses Aziraphale just to say, hey, please look, this is what I'm offering. For the love of God, please stay with me. Don't go to heaven. And I feel Aziraphale says, I forgive you, because that's what they always do. They don't actually talk to each other. They just forgive each other. They apologize to each other. They don't apologize to each other. They just say they apologize without really making an apology, because then it's not an apology. And they move on without talking about it. And I think that's what the I forgive you was like, I forgive you, please come back. Like, like he does it in someone. And I think that speaks a lot to Aziraphale's character, how he's still, he's like, sure, he knows he is not accepted by heaven anymore, but he still doesn't accept it at all, like, totally. And I think people are missing that. Like, in season 1, at the end of season 1, like, almost up until the end, Aziraphale still believed that he was on the side of heaven. Like, he says, okay, my side won't like that I stop Armageddon with you, and it's like, you don't have a side, neither of us do. We are on our own now. And even this season, we still see, like, for example, he tells Sax, I think, that, like, I don't know, I'm an angel, blah, blah, and I'm an angel, no sé cuánto. And they say, I don't know who's talking to, I think it was Sax, like, you're an ex-angel, you are not an angel. So, like, you can see he's still, like, sure, he knows heaven doesn't like him, but he still can't accept it, because he has always believed in heaven. Clearly never believed in either side. Like, at the beginning, the beginning of the season, we see that like when we see him as an angel. Why won't this side take, like, questions? Want I want to ask questions. Why is something wrong with that? And then we see in the show flashback how even since then Crowley was already, like, in his side. Like, at that point Crowley was like, I'm in my own side. So Crowley hasn't cared for size or hell for centuries now. But Aziraphale does. Aziraphale cares deeply about his side. He never really, like, he still believes in heaven. He never stopped that. Like, yeah, he was against Armageddon, but he was like, he thought he could change. Like, hey, God, what do you think is, like, I don't know, not great? He doesn't believe heaven is wrong. He believes certain things are wrong, but, like, the institution is right. He believes in good and being a nice person and being good, and I love him for that. But it's sometimes that's also his weakness. So I don't think Aziraphale wanting to go back to heaven is back. Also, he doesn't really want to go back to heaven. He says it in case, I don't want to go back to heaven. I like Earth. And then the Metal is like, but you can be with Crowley in heaven. Because I think a lot of people don't understand from Aziraphale's point. He wants to be happy with Crowley. That's what in his head he's offering. Eternal happiness both together as angels. Because I've seen people said, I think Tumblr, for in Aziraphale's eyes, Crowley didn't deserve to be and a demon. He never deserved to fall. He was wrong. It was wrong that he fell. So, like, he doesn't want to change Crowley, but he sees Crowley as a good person. He has known him for 6,000 years. He has seen him do relatively nice things for, like, 6,000 years. I think one thing, Nina and Maggie, yes, of course, they were a parallel to Crowley and Aziraphale, but not like, sure, you're supposed to think, oh, Nina, the grumpy one, is Crowley, and Maggie, the bubbly one, is Aziraphale. But if you really think about it, Nina's stuck in a toxic relationship, just like Aziraphale with Heaven. So yes, I think from this point, Aziraphale doesn't understand that Crowley doesn't want to go back to being an angel. He doesn't care about that. He never cared about that. At least hasn't for way too much time. Also, one thing for he wanted to go back to heaven. He wants to change heaven. He doesn't want to go back to heaven. He goes because thinks he can change it. He can make it good. He can make heaven what it's supposed to be. You know. He thinks he can make heaven an a good thing because he truly believes heaven should be good, but it's not. He knows it's not. He knows heaven as it is now is bad and it's not great, but he thinks it should be. He thinks he can change that, and he wants Crowley with him because he loves Crowley. He does. He says himself, "You can be with me. We can be together in heaven, doing good. We can." And he said he needs Crowley. I think also like as I said, the Matron is kind of like, okay, let's go. He doesn't give him much time to like process all that. Then okay, no, wait, I don't think I'm not sure if I want to go yet. Whatever. He's like, let's go now. Listo. But I think it will be interesting like seeing. Yeah, we've already seen Aziraphale and Crowley trying to stop the end of the world together. It will be very interesting. Crowley trying to stop. Crowley and Aziraphale maybe trying to stop the end of everything, but separate this time, like truly separate. And one of them is planning it, technically. Also, to that, I think there might have been, well, if there is a little bit of brainwashing, but nobody you think like not like before that the talk and the fight and the kiss and everything, but at the end, at the very end, like I've seen a very like how there's seen a theory that said that last smile at the end, the creepy one, at the end in the elevator, that's him being brainwashed, because it would make more sense, like, because Aziraphale is definitely not it's not the only right answer to do the work. No, what I think like the Metatron is doing is he's like more of taking Aziraphale away of the equation. I think that would make more sense because the Metatron is definitely up to something. He definitely is, and you cannot convince me otherwise. He's up to something, as I said earlier. Because no one in their right mind will think that Aziraphale of all people, like they should have stopped the apocalypse, is the right person to destroy everything, to orchestrate the destruction of everything and the ruling of heaven against in everything. I think that's what's second communist. You can, if I say something wrong, you can leave it on the comments. Um, Aziraphale is not the right person to do that. Like no one will think that. No one. No one in the right mind will say, "Oh yes, you know who is the right person for that? The one that doesn't want that." You know. Also, one thing about why the Megatron may be taking Aziraphale to heaven is because he realizes that him and Crowley are so powerful together, maybe, and they will stop Armageddon or not Armageddon, the end of the world or whatever it is, again. He knows that, and that's also the reason why he's taking Aziraphale to heaven. So I think Aziraphale might be getting brainwashed, but like once he goes up to seven, like the decision to heaven is his own, but once he goes up there, bad thing is about to happen. And it will be very interesting. That would be very interesting and heartbreaking, like seeing Crowley trying to not only stop everything, but also trying to get Aziraphale back. Like back. Also, how talk just since we are on the topic. I think Crowley's previous angelicality, or however you say it, will play an important role next season. Because as I mentioned earlier, they put emphasis on like in that part of like in him before the fall. This isn't like they show us him making the stars and how kind of I suppose how he felt. Like he's just asking questions. He has questions, and he wants to hey, I'll have some questions. Off you go, they said to him. The show was like him in heaven and how high power he was. Like that's an important thing. I think that may play an important part next season. But yes, I don't think I have much more to say. I think I've let all my thoughts run free. I like the season. I love Aziraphels and Crowley in the season. They're wonderful. I hope, I very pretty much hope that Amazon renews the show for a third season. They better. I know there are like the strikes that are going on now, so maybe they won't announce it now. But I still hope they renew it. Please, I am begging you. I'll see you next time. I think I will make her stop video because I also seen that, and they also made me want to go inside, but in a nice way, in a nice, theatrical way. But yes, I'll see you whenever. If you like the video, you can comment, like, and subscribe as always. I really hope you like that, my rambling about this ancient demon that on my heart. Bye. Also, by the way, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Tumblr. Just say the warrior wishes my command. Ooh, lover boy. Ooh, hey boy. And by the way, Mr. Nightclub, if you ever end up watching this video and by any means you need a short trans-masculine Latino actor to act in any of projects, I'm right here. You can definitely call me. I love your work. Yes. Okay, bye.